Welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to break down how to feel rich before you actually achieve it, because whenever you look up this topic on the internet, how to manifest more money, how to become rich, you've already seen that there is no shortage of wealthy people online that are all saying the exact same thing, but in different ways. They felt rich before the money actually hit their accounts. And if you're anything like me, that's the point where you checked out of the conversation. As a matter of fact, you're maybe already making great money as it is, but nobody's explaining how to break past 6 figures or even 7 figures. So yeah, everyone's saying the same thing, but nobody's actually explaining how to do it. I hear from so many of my clients and you in the comments asking, how do you act as if? How do you live in the end? How are you supposed to pretend to be something that you're not? All of these cryptic phrases with no actual direction until you clicked on this video. So I'm going to break it down for you, not just what this stuff actually means, but how to make it work in real life so you can start attracting more money without all the weird mental gymnastics. So here's the thing, manifesting wealth really is an inside job, and it starts with your subconscious mind. Think of beliefs like programs running in the background of your computer. Whatever program you're running about money, how you think about it, how you feel about it, that's what determines how much of it shows up in your life. These beliefs and feelings are signals that are getting relayed back and forth on the subconscious network, and they're waiting to be delivered to you through the form of opportunities, people, and circumstances that will inevitably lead to your wealth. These programs are constantly sending out signals, like how radio waves are constantly around you, even though you can't see them. When you're transmitting wealth signals out into the world, you start tuning into that frequency and you start receiving it back. That's what we're focusing on today. Reprogramming your subconscious so you actually feel wealthy, which is how you break through whatever income ceiling that's keeping you stuck where you are right now. I want to give you 3 practices that you can start using right away to embody the frequency of wealth. And once we're finished here, I'll share one of my personal formulas that you can use today and put it to test in your own reality. I break this down in many of my other methods in my Money Mastery Manual, where I walk you through the exact detailed steps of shifting your money mindset and attracting in more abundance. The link is down in the pinned comment below if you want to access it. All right, so let's get into it. So the first practice is what you can call the dress rehearsal method. And here's why it actually works. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. When you do something that feels luxurious to your mind, even if it's just for a moment, your subconscious starts to believe it's real. That's what people mean when they say living in the end. We're talking about doing and feeling what you be doing and feeling if you already had what you wanted. Now, with the money, the first question you might pose to yourself is, how can you be a millionaire without $1 million? This is where you start living the life that you want as best as you possibly can with what you have right now. When you're around wealthy people, when you're around wealthy environments, you feel that wealth. It smells like money, even if it hasn't shown up in your bank account. And that feeling, that's the signal that you're transmitting out in that very moment. How does that feel? Relaxed, calm, satisfied. Name it and remember it for later. Now, here's the beautiful thing about the world that we live in today. You can get those experiences for free. No charge. Let me tell you a quick story. Before I had my current car, I drove a Porsche Macan Turbo. I love that car. When I was at the dealership the day I bought it, the salesperson told me something interesting that I'll never forget. A huge percentage of Porsche clients would come in and look at it or test drive a car for months, sometimes years before they can actually afford it. And you guessed correctly, the majority of those people eventually came back on in and bought the car. When you take those steps, not only do you have the actual mental image of what you want, but you already have the feeling of what it's like to have it. One of my favorite videos floating around on the internet is of Kobe Bryant telling a room full of people how he used to visualize playing for the Los Angeles Lakers as a child in vivid detail. His subconscious mind assumed it was real, and that led him to the exact same timeline. And of course, all of the money that came along with being an NBA player. So use that way of thinking in your own life. Go to that Michelin star restaurant and taste the food that you want to eat. Go to that expensive store and try the clothes on that you see yourself in. Test drive that car that you want. Walk through the luxury hotel lobby. It won't cost you a dime, I promise you. Feel what it's like to be the person that you're already becoming, because your subconscious is taking notes that entire time. Practice number 2, money talk. Here's something that most people don't really realize. Every single word that comes out of your mouth is like a prayer being sent out into the wealth network. The typical person living in today's world makes a ton of micro statements that literally pushes wealth away. Statements like the economy is bad or that they can't afford this or that. These are affirmations, and they're not some harmless observation of other people's realities. They are instructions that are being spoon fed to your subconscious about what kind of financial reality you want to live in. And here's the thing about focusing on things like the economy being bad. A study by Fidelity Investments found that 88% of millionaires are self-made and that a substantial portion of their wealth was actually built during a recession. So while everyone else is out there complaining or joking about how tough it is out there, wealthy people are seeing the doors of opportunity open right up in front of them everywhere they turn. Instead of joking about being broke, start joking about what it's like when you want to be wealthy. This practice is a little bit different because it just requires you to stop talking about what you don't want to experience. Talk about wealth like it's right around the corner, like it's already here, because to your subconscious, it is. And politely avoid people who can't get with the program. Your words are way too powerful to waste on poverty talk. Practice number 3, the way of autopay. This next one is going to take a little bit of courage, but I believe in you. We're going to change your money habits into wealth habits. And this doesn't mean penny pinching or overspending. It's the exact opposite. Stop and think for a moment about what wealthy people actually do differently. For one, they don't trade their time for money. Money works for the rich through the form of investments and philanthropy. Here's something interesting I found. The word currency comes from the Latin word currere, which means to flow, like a river, like electrical current in that very device that you're watching me on right now. For something to flow, you have to give and receive in ways that actually get the cycle started. And here's what I've noticed about this entire process. Wealthy people have 2 things on autopay that most other people don't. So to get the subconscious into the wealth mindset, we're going to start with those 2 things, philanthropy and investments. Take a small amount, $15 or $20, I promise you won't miss it. Now, think back for a second. Whenever you had extra money, what's the first thing that you wanted to do? You either look for something to invest in or someone to help out with it. Am I right or am I right? Now do exactly that. Take that $20, skip that burnt up Starbucks coffee one morning, or skip that second beer that you're going to have while you're watching the game. Take that little piece of energy in the form of money and put that amount on autopay, whether it's towards your favorite crypto, an investment account, a charity, or even equipment for your business. Where it goes doesn't matter as much as what you're doing. The autopay part here is crucial because if you're already wealthy, this stuff will be automatically handled. You won't miss that small amount, I promise you, but energetically, it's doing way more work than you think from a subconscious perspective, because it doesn't need to comprehend the difference between $20 and $20,000 like your thinking mind does. So get the flow of wealth started by giving and you'll receive it back multiplied. Now, I'm going to share my framework with you that's going to make all of this feel way more doable. Back when I was deep in the gaming world, most of the other gamers always talked about something called diffs, short for difficulty. Low diff means that you have a significant advantage and can win a match with minimal effort. High diff means that the battle's harder, you take a lot of damage, but victory is still highly possible. Then there was extreme diff. That's when the outcome is a lot more unpredictable until the very end and you're going to be pushed to your absolute limits. I'm introducing to you today what I like to call the low diff method for scripting. This is going to make your money goals feel a lot more tangible when you sit down to actually script them out. Now let's start small. Let's start with a money goal you want to accomplish by the end of the month. Like I said, we're going to start small and work our way up once we perfected the technique. So let me lay out how it works. First, you're only going to write out one short scene, 4 to 5 sentence maximum. Keep it short, keep it simple, and focus on something you already believe can happen this month or within the next 30 days. The whole entire point of keeping this script brief is so you're not scattering your energy around amongst different manifestation goals or micromanaging the hell out of it. Now, second, in this scene, you're describing what you're going to be doing in your regular life when you notice that what you've been manifesting has already happened. You get it? So for example, you're sipping coffee during a lunch break and you get a notification on your phone, but it's not going to be the news about your new contract or your new client. It's the confirmation email from the contract that you already signed that made that manifestation official. Yes, we're going to go beyond the moment it arrived because the end is where we begin. Choose a scene of something you regularly do since your subconscious is already expecting you to do just that. I always use my gym, for instance, but you can pick your favorite spot to have coffee at or whatever floats your boat. Now, third, describe how you feel in that very moment. Is it relief? Is it calm? Is it pure satisfaction? Pick an emotion that's relatively easy for you to access on a daily basis, like feeling relaxed, and skip the more intense motions for now. The more you get on that frequency of that feeling each and every day, the faster you sync up with it and you start attracting it into your reality. Trust that you'll experience the higher emotions as the process plays out, because you will. End that scene with that feeling and sprinkle a little bit of gratitude on it. That's it. It's just that simple. Now that you know why you're doing it, what you're doing becomes a lot more easier. Remember one thing though, when doing this method, less is more. Many clients of mine, many members of mine that I worked with over the last few months, myself included, have used this very method to manifest real results. So I want you to try it too, and let me know the results in the comments down below once they arrive. And while you're down there, you may get the urge to go even deeper with this process to reshape your subconscious mind for even more success. So I love to work with you one-on-one in my INNERVERSE program. For a limited time, I'm extending the trial period so you can come on in and see exactly what my program has to offer, all of the courses, and of course, my coaching style. If that sounds like something you're ready for, click the link in the pinned comment or watch one of my other episodes right here that should be showing up on your screen right now. I am Shaun, and you are neither here nor there. Thank you for sharing your time and space with me.